Charizard takes off, Moonbryon strikes back, and are the whales moving in on evolving skies? Pokemon's next epic bull market starts now. Let's look at the numbers. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope you are doing well. It is a crazy time in the Pokemon TCG market right now, and I might just be crazy myself, but it seems like there is an epic bull market unfolding right before our very eyes. Take a look at this. So I'm a little late to the party on this one. It was Thanksgiving up here in Canada. I maybe had a bit too much pumpkin pie and apple juice, but here we go. First of all, with Charizard. The Charizard is going crazy, guys. We are up 91% in the last 3 months, and most of that gain, if you look here, most of that gain has come in the last 2 or 3 weeks. And we're seeing a little bit of a dip down here. This, you might see a bit of a correction as guys start to kind of fight over who can offer the lowest price, even though it's increased so much. But there is no denying that this Charizard card is going absolutely parabolic right now. And if you take a look here, we've got PSA 10s just doing the exact same thing. I mean, we had a PSA 10 reported by Get Collector, $435 is what these were 48 hours before this post. Then there's one selling for $710. I mean, somebody just had to have that card at that price. And in all seriousness, I'm seeing guys now sell these privately in different forums, you know, on Marketplace, on X, and places like that. And at first, people are posting and laughing them out of town, saying, there's no way this card is selling for this much. But then, lo and behold, the FOMO chasers are coming in and they're bidding it up. They're bidding it right up to where it should be. And this card just, it seems inevitable. It seems like it is just going to start going and going and going. And there's a real bull market thesis for this card as well. But it is not just Charizard. I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was a Venusaur that sold. Z&G Emporium reported on this. A pristine CGC 10 that sold for just over $1,000 recently. I mean, on the one hand, I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Like 151 is going nuts. And on the other, I'm just like, man, I guess these guys don't know about BGS 9.5s. Like, why are you going for a pristine 10? But I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it isn't just Charizard. It isn't just the Charizard card. We've got Bulbasaur here. You know, we've got a near mint holo foil Bulbasaur going up 40% in the last 3 months. Again, a good chunk of that coming in the last month. We got the Charmeleon card here, and I'm not going to go crazy going through all of these here, but 17% on this one in the last 3 months. We got the Squirtle, who's just done a PP in the ocean, 34%. It's really taken off right now for Scarlet and Violet 151 singles. We got the Poliwhirl, 26% gain on that one. We've got the Dragonair, which is an absolutely gorgeous card as well. That one's up 44%. 44%, guys. Blastoise here. Blastoise is up 25%. I mean, it's as if all of a sudden Pokemon issued a note to every collector and card store out there and said, guys, we are done printing English 151. We're not going to print a single card more, not even the promos, none of that stuff. There'll be no more Elite Trainer boxes, there'll be no more booster bundles, and there will especially be no more UPCs, and it's going to be Thunderdome from now on. May the best scalper win. Like, absolutely nutty what's happening right now. Even the full arts here. I pulled up Ninetales, and this one here, 26% gain. Guys, even the regular common cards, Reverse Holo Pikachu, 75% gain. I mean, that one's gone from, that was a 12-cent card, and now it's up to 21 cents. Like, what is happening? I'm just kidding about that. I'm having a little bit of fun. But yeah, like, the set is going bananas. The sealed product as well, guys. I did a video on this last week. Kind of noticing this one. Booster bundles up 18% in the last month. We got UPCs cruising at 36% up in the last month alone. And look, that's just short term, but long term, you can see a 90% gain. I recorded that last week. It's nuts. The UPC, sorry, not the UPC, the Elite Trainer box up here, 20% as well. So yeah, look, 151 is going crazy. We've established that. People just cannot get enough of this wonderful, wonderful set. But it's not just 151. There is an epic bull market unfurling as far as I can see, and there's some real world factors that are influencing that for sure. So S&P 500 is at all-time highs right now. We've got the NASDAQ sitting at all-time highs right now as well. So the real world, people are feeling quite wealthy. If you're in Nvidia stock or Meta stock right now, I mean, you're probably enjoying yourself as much as I am. We've also got Trump coming back. I mean, love him or hate him, whatever your politics are, he is going to be, it looks like, the next president based on the polls and all that stuff. Never say never, but that's how it's trending. And he is viewed as very business friendly, very good for the stock market. And, you know, you've also got the Fed right now. They're buying down interest rates. They're bringing down the interest rates, and that's good for people. The cost of borrowing is going to decrease. So whether they want to spend that money on Pokemon cards or what else, they want to feel a little bit richer because their mortgage payments are less if they're on some kind of variable term. I don't know, but that seems to be very positive for the economy as well. But it is not just 151 it is not just those cards and those pieces. We've seen a huge swing this year. I mean, remember, the year started with Scarlet and Violet, myself included, people not being super high on it outside of 151. Hadn't really done much, hadn't really had a chance to mature, but we saw Sword and Shield go nuts. We saw the alt-arts take off, the trainer galleries, the rainbow cards, the booster boxes, just it all started flying. And then it went kind of a little bit down, corrected, crashed, whatever you guys want to call it. I'm not going to be too sensitive on that one for you guys, but illustration rares from Scarlet and Violet started taking over, and they're coming back now in this uptick that we are starting to see. I got the Groudon here up on the screen. This one here, 12% in the last month. Like, that one is starting to come back, and I wouldn't be surprised if it gets back to its peaks here. What did it peak at? Somewhere around $60, $64. Like, that one is coming back as well. You've got the Eevee card here coming back, 18% in the last month alone. Gorgeous little Eevee card. I love that one. You got Steelix too. Nice little Paradox Rift double there with the Groudon. 13% gain on that one. And that one's starting to come back up as well. So I think we're seeing, as we approach the holidays, just more interest in these cards again, and people starting to bid them up, albeit on some small volume. Now, not everything is going up right now. The waifus, of course, poor old waifus, they're not quite getting it done even still. And Erica's Invitation, I'll have to throw that one up. That is down in the dumps too. That is one of the 151 cards that is doing absolutely pants. It is going nowhere. But outside of that, we got the special illustration rare here, the Bubble Mew from Paldean Fates. I think Paldean Fates, a lot of people are forgetting about those cards. There's some real bangers in that set. That's up 24% over the last 6 months. And it's had a nice little chunky gain here, 13% in the last 3 months. And if you look at the PSA 10s on this one as well, they were selling in kind of the mid 240s, 250s a couple of months back. Now they're up into the, like, we got one here, 374, 340, 310. They are starting to take off as well. So keep an eye on some of these other cards that might just be flying under the radar. And it's not just the singles. The sealed product is getting it done as well. I mean, case in point here, Twilight Masquerade. This set, it's not even 6 months old, guys. It's not even 6 months old. A lot of people pan this at release saying there's no chase card, it's not worth going for. Like, Greninja aside, I don't care for the Greninja card, but a lot of people really like it. I can see the appeal, whatever. It is an incredible set. Outside of the Eevee as well, like, I really like that set. Is there maybe a bit too much Ogerpon? Yeah, whatever. I'm not the biggest fan of Ogerpon, but you got some gorgeous cards in this set, and the market is proving that as well. So this booster box, not even 6 months old, we're at $152 market right now on this booster box. Sorry, 154 in the corner, 152 on the chart. Over the last 6 months, a 41% increase. It's done better than Paldea Evolve, which, by the way, I'll admit when I'm wrong, I was right on this one so far as well. I said it was better than Paldea Evolve. We'll see how the rest of history treats that one. Speaking of Paldea Evolve, another incredible set. It's a little bit older, but you're seeing the gains on that one, even with, there was some confusion around like whether this set was reprinted or restocked. The information I have is that it wasn't actually a reprint of Paldea Evolve that happened. It was some kind of replenishment in the distributors that go out to like Legacy MJ Holdings. They stock, you know, the like GameStop and Best Buy, places that sell booster boxes online but have ridiculously high prices on them. They pulled a lot of that inventory back that they actually owned, and then they just farmed it back out to wholesalers and LGS. That's where I think people seeing all these cases lined up in factories or warehouses or whatever is coming from. But anyway, even with reprint news / restock news, you got a crazy gain on this, and it's holding up really, really well. People like Scarlet and Violet, and it's just contributing to this bull market, which is happening right now. You got Temporal Forces coming out here. Another set. People are all like, oh, what happened to my boy Raikou? What have they done to Suicune? Like, people like the set. The market likes this set as well. The booster boxes are going there. You've got some nice singles. You've got Obsidian Flames. People hated that set. But look, this one's starting to take off as well. The market is noticing these cards. The market is noticing these sets. There is not enough supply right now. Whether Pokemon gets more supply out there and reprints a bunch of these sets, that's anybody's guess. People pretend to know, but they don't really. Right now, this is the data. So Scarlet and Violet is really having an uptick, and it's just a crazy time in general for the hobby. Like, I was at a collectible show this weekend, and this collectible show has all kinds of stuff. They're like old antique clocks, old action figures, like Lino from Thundercats, all that fun stuff. I have never seen so many Pokemon card vendors at this show, and I go to it 2 times a year. And guys selling sealed product, guys selling singles, it was all over the place. And a couple of the bigger guys that I talk to now and again, I talk to them online, they were there and they were saying this is the time of year when they are usually liquidating all their stock. They're trying to get rid of stuff. They're just chipping it out, end of their fiscal year, whatever they're doing for their taxes, getting it cleaned up, ready for the holiday run. And this year is completely different. This year is just, they don't need to dirt stuff out. The demand is just so high, especially for modern cards right now. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. They're like, wow, we can't believe how busy it is right now. And that brings us in to Moonbryon. Moonbryon is striking back, guys. Good old Moonbryon. This one, the poster child for the alt-art revolution that happened at the start of the year. We went up to $1,000. We came down, again, crash corrected, somewhere in the region of 12 to 20% on almost every alt-art card. Moonbryon was somewhere, I think, in the region of 16% by the time it was all done. Anyway, it is coming back right now. And when Moonbryon rises, other things rise too. They come back up. We got this card selling $1,000 here. $1,000. These ones are PSA or Japanese, to ignore these. $1,000 here, pushing $1,000 again. I mean, this is just what happens with this card. It seems to be unstoppable. It really does. And the other alt-art cards are starting to shake into life as well. They're getting the dust off. I mean, we got this Rayquaza in the last month is climbing 4%. We even got Gengar here coming up a little bit too. So Gengar climbing about 4 to 5% as well. And this is it, guys. Don't forget about Sword and Shield. Don't forget about Sword and Shield. Yeah, 151 is grabbing all the headlines right now in English, rightfully so, but you're going to see a big run on this as well because I think the whales are moving in now. I think the whales are moving in. The rip and ship crowd are just ripping so much of this product. Like, they're getting through it. They're getting through it. And look, the Charizard UPC, a lot of people have talked about that. It's up 18% in the last 3 months. It's coming up finally if you've been holding that product. And that brings us to the big mama of all big mamas. Here she is, Evolving Skies. The chart here isn't doing it justice. We actually have boxes of this selling for $850 yesterday. 850 bucks. The whales are moving in. I am seeing in search of posts. I'm hearing people say to me, I'm seeing a lot of people asking for Evolving Skies, sealed packs, booster boxes, ETBs, collection chests and tins and who's a what's its makeup kits, whatever it is, they're looking for it right now because they know this box is going to go. I get a bold prediction. I think we're at $1,000 for a box, a nice looking box of this by the time Christmas rolls around. Let me know what you guys think of that in the comments. And if you are looking and you're worried about FOMO, maybe, the Evolving Skies booster box is a little bit out of your range, look at the Evolving Skies Elite Trainer box. I am really excited. I genuinely believe the best is yet to come. I really do. We've got Surging Sparks coming. We've got, and that looks like a killer set. I'll have a video up on that soon. We've got the Team Rocket set. We've got the Onus Pokemon, the Pocket, whatever, who's what's it that is. That's coming out, and I think there's a lot of cool stuff going on there. So, guys, don't lose your heads. Don't lose your heads here. Don't go on FOMO and spend money you don't have. Make sure you have, gas in your car, food in your fridge, some apple juice in your glass as well, guys. But yeah, it is a crazy time in the hobby. I'm really excited, and I will see you guys next time. Take it easy.